let me just make sure that I clarify the situation as I find myself, um, the situation that I find myself in this morning. I'm not supposed to be here in Accra, Ghana this morning. The plan was for me to be in Zurich. Zurich, heading to the office of FIFA for a meeting this afternoon, 2 o'clock Switzerland time, to be meeting with FIFA delegation from the government of Ghana and some Football Association officials. I want to make it very clear from the very beginning that I'm a club owner. I'm the owner of premier team clubs, the fearsome Elmina Sharks, the Sea Lions. We have also built our own stadium in Elmina, so we do not rely on anyone, whether it's FIFA, the FA, government, for what we do in football. This is something that we, in our own private capacity, we have decided to do for social reasons, entertainment reasons, business reasons. And so I have no quarrel with government, with FIFA, with the association, with anybody. And since the issues had come to the public about corruption or alleged corrupt activities within the Football Association that involves officials, referees, executives, I had not been surprised because I've complained about some of these problems in the past and no one had heard me. But I've looked upon it as an opportunity for us to clean up our game, to make football become something more disciplined, something more entertaining, and something profitable for the players, for the team owners, and everybody concerned. So I don't have any argument or any problem with government. Government is not part of my thinking at all. What is part of my thinking is, what do we do to provide employment, job opportunities, a livelihood to all the young men and women who are engaged in football in this country, and for all those who have invested their funds to start teams, to feed them, and so on and so forth. What do we do to take away this vacuum that has been created? And so when this problem came, a court injunction was put on football, I have engaged privately, not publicly, in discussions with many different people from different spheres of our society, so that we can all act in one strength, speak with one voice and say, we don't want corruption in football, that we want greater discipline in football. We want more profitable commercialization of our football. That's all I've been trying to do. So when I got the invitation from FIFA, that as a club owner, come and join and be a party to this discussion, of course, I jumped on it as an opportunity to influence things in a more positive direction. So I also called some of my associates, the club owners, some of the club owners, and we met. And I said, I'm going on this trip, give me your views. Let me know what is it that you would like for me to go and represent you with in Zurich, so that I'm not speaking just for myself. So we had a meeting. I had a meeting on Tuesday. And we got all the points that everybody wanted. So we invited team owners, we also invited GACA officials. So we did that, so we can speak with one voice, even though I had been invited as a club owner to the meeting. And I had dropped some significant business meetings in order to go and be represented there at this meeting with FIFA. So it is important. It is important that everybody understands that yes, I got an invitation, and yes, there were all sorts of other things and problems and important business things to be done, but I was going to do this for my own sake, for the sake of my football teams, for the sake of football, and for the sake of all the players and officials who participate in football in this country. It's very, very important for us to underscore that point. We just make you understand very directly. So what is it that happened last night? I was ready, took all my things, went to the airport last night. And I was scheduled to fly out on Turkish Airlines, only for the person checking me in to call me and say, we can't find you in the system. Just about 2 hours before, my flight had been confirmed by the FIFA travel agency. So, but they couldn't find my name there. Went back to them, Switzerland, they said, but you are there. They checked, and this went on until the flight was about to leave. So I went and bought a ticket to go pay for it myself, to go on British Airways later on in the evening. After I had done that, FIFA also sent me a ticket with an option to go through Portugal or to go through London. He said, so you could travel in the evening. Well, just as I came back home to prepare to go back later on, I got an email from FIFA, which I want to make available, and I'm quoting from the email. It says, due to the Ghanaian government's insistence that the court injunction against Ghana FA is still valid, we have to withdraw your invitation to the meeting in Zurich. We understand that your participation in the meeting would be against the relevant Ghanaian laws, and you might personally face certain sanctions. As such, we advise you not to travel to Zurich. And they said that they had sent a letter to the government of Ghana, and I have a copy of that letter. Apparently, the Ghana government wrote to them the day before, and there was back and forth about it. My point is, why? What is there that as a private citizen going as a club owner would be going there to do that would be against the laws of Ghana? I'm not an FA official. I've never been as part of the hierarchy of the FA. Nothing. What is it that would make someone from the government of Ghana want to write or talk to FIFA that if I come there to have a discussion with them, it will be against certain laws in Ghana? I'll leave it for people to interpret. But also, we all need to understand that I didn't leave it there. Even before all of this, I had asked one of my employees to contact the sports minister to let him know that I'll be interested in having some discussion before the meeting in Zurich so we would understand each other better. Club owner, government, and so on and so forth. So we have nothing to hide, nothing. We just want to correct the problems in our football. Even after all of this, I called the minister last night. I called him. Mr. Siama. I called him and said, hey, what is this has going on that the government of Ghana, the government, is saying I can't travel to Zurich? And he says, what is this all about? For me, he was sort of saying he didn't know what was going on. So I forwarded to him the email message I had gotten from FIFA and the letter that had been addressed to him by FIFA, forwarded it to him. I called him. Again, no answer. Sent him a text message. Have you received it? No answer. Sent things to him by WhatsApp. As of now, I haven't heard back from the Minister of Sports. Now, I don't do things for nothing. I have many things to do. I have many responsibilities. At the very least, I think that a Minister of State in the government of the Republic of Ghana, he doesn't act as an MPP member or anything. At least give me the courtesy that if he has a difficulty with me being around the table to discuss football, he should at least contact me or respond to me to say, this is the issue, that is the issue, this also is the issue. So I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for the minister or the relevant member of government to say something. Because we do football voluntarily. It's our investment. I still want to say I have no quarrel with government. I have no quarrel with anybody. If today somebody said, let's sit down and solve this problem, we will sit down and solve it because we do it for the millions of people who enjoy soccer. For the players. For the players and those who come to the stadium to sell and do things. So they get something. So this is it. That is all. That's why I am here in Ghana and not in Zurich. There's absolutely nothing else that is there. I don't believe we are going to have a solution that would come from one party. Government has to sit down, the football administrators have to sit down, FIFA has to sit down, and the club owners, we the club owners, must all sit down and arrive at the solution. And finally, let me say that we need reforms. The GFA statutes must be corrected because of some difficulties, some errors, some problems that are in there. We must see a correction in there. And also, the Football League. The Football League must be reborn. It must be redone. It must be restructured. So these are some of the things that we are looking for. If those things aren't done, there is no football, proper football in Ghana. So that's really the way forward, is seeking reform. So how we get there from where we are, where there's an impasse, where there's nothing happening, that's the question that we need to address. That is what I was willing, and I have been willing to participate in. So I'm going to leave the matter there, go and take care of my business, and then we'll wait for what the next steps are that come from FIFA, and then we move on from there. But if nothing happens, look, football is a private thing. There's nobody that can stop anyone to say that a few of us, we are forming a new league. There's nothing. But why go through something significant like that new when you can reform, restructure, have a rebirth of what is there and clean it up? And that's what we all want.